Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. In this video, we are looking at the NBA slate for Friday. Happy Friday. We have 11 games tonight. This week has been insane with just how crazy the slate sizes have been every single day. But 11 games today. Let's get started. As always, if you enjoy the videos, appreciate it. Hit the like button, subscribe. If you haven't already, you can check out all the socials. Prize Picks, use my code if you want to get some free money there. Check out the website, Twitter for updates. All that's in the description. Yesterday was a good day on FanDuel. Fell short on DraftKings. It was a slate that you had to wait until we got that Indiana news, which we didn't get until like 9 o'clock. But hopefully, guys made some money yesterday, and let's get into today's slate. So, starting off at the point guard position, there's a ton of great options as you would expect on a 11 gamer. James Harden is up to 11-8. He's probably one that you can kind of pass on with just them being so many other options. Still gives you a lot of upside. The price tag has kind of just continues to increase on him with Kyrie there. Kyrie's playing this one. I think I'm kind of waiting for when they're back at home and Harden is playing without Kyrie and Durant to where I really want to play him. Curry, he played well yesterday, 44 minutes as a back-to-back. He probably will play today without Klay Thompson and the fact that they lost yesterday. But I don't know if they'll push him out there for a ton of minutes, especially if they are able to handle Houston early on. Trae Young's been playing great without some of these other wings that they're dealing with. No Bogdanovic. They traded away Cam Reddish. There's a lot more usage for Trae Young, and he's making the most of it. He started off the game cold last time out and then lit it up in the second half. First guy that kind of sticks out to me is going to be in the 8K ranges here. I like LaMelo Ball's price tag at only $8,600. Fred VanVleet also looks great. His price tag has continued to just come way down. Gary Trent is still questionable. A guy like VanVleet, you love playing him because he gives you a big ceiling, and he's just playing so many minutes. 42, 41, 42, 42, 44, 39. All these are in regulation. He plays so many minutes. He shot just 4 of 20 last game. I think he'll bounce back, and I love the price tag. Other plays would be LaMelo, like I mentioned, SGA, 7K range. You can look to CJ McCollum if you wanted to. You have some other guys in the 6K range, like Cole Anthony's price tag has come way down. He's just 67 now. The minutes have, some of these games were blowouts, so he didn't play a ton of minutes, but he still have never been this cheap, except for early on in the season, I believe. But just looks very, very appealing if you wanted to get a piece of the Magic going against the Lakers, who play no defense. Other plays at 6K in the 6K range would be Kobe White, Conley without Donovan Mitchell. The Sumo continues to play well. 39 minutes for him last game wasn't even popular. Once again, he's only 61. And then in the 5K range, you're looking at like Jordan Clarkson, $5,800 for a guy that will play high 20s, low 30s in minutes without Donovan Mitchell. Gets a nice usage bump, so he also looks appealing. The 4K range, you have Jalen Suggs. If he continues to start at a very good price tag, he gives you upside, and he has been playing better since he's been back. D'Anthony Melton at only $4,200. He let a lot of people down last time out. Only played 17 minutes, which was kind of surprising with them missing some of their wings. We'll see. I think he could be a worthy option today if people are going to be off of him. At shooting guard, your pay-ups are Kyrie at 95, which is fine, but not a must-play by any means. LaMelo looks good in the mid-range at 86. In the value range here, you have Kobe White, DeSumo, Derek White at 6,000. In the 5K range, I like Clarkson at 58. A decent amount. He's just pretty affordable. Sixers might get some value there if Curry's not able to play today. And then you're looking at like Suggs, Max Strus, some of these Miami guys without Tyler Hero and Kyle Lowry continue to be good values. And surprisingly, they haven't even been getting minutes for Duncan Robinson, has barely been playing, which is surprising. But guys like Caleb Martin, Strus, Gabe Vincent have really stepped up. So the guy I'm going to plug in right now is going to be Clarkson, just sub 6,000. I think he looks like a pretty good play. Get some more value on the slate. We can make some adjustments, but I like Clarkson. I like DeSumo in that range. Small forward, you can pay up for LeBron if you wanted to. He's 11-4. I like going to Butler. He let so many people down last time out. He let us down on DK, but price tag is still reasonable going up against Atlanta. It should be a high-scoring game. like Butler more than Brown, more than Middleton now that Holiday's back. You do have some decent values here, like Morris Sr. if he's able to play after missing with a personal reason. At least that game is the first one on the night, or a 7 o'clock game, because Morris has had a number of times this year where he gets ruled out late, and you're kind of scrambling, but at least we'll know if he's playing or not before the slate starts. But the guy I'm going to plug in here is going to be another value pick, and that's going to be Joe Ingles at 42. He just plays like 30-plus minutes whenever Donovan Mitchell is out, and the price tag hasn't really moved on him too much. He gets more assist opportunities, more usage. Probably take close to 10 shots today. It's just a matter of him knocking them down. Power forward, Giannis looks great. He's the only guy above 10K that you can play. Other guys that you can make pivots to would be some of the value range. Here I'm not looking to pay 91 for DeRozan or 97 for Tatum. You have some decent plays here in like the 5K range. Horford, still a reasonable option. Maybe it looks like Robert Williams will be back with the team. He's not on the report. But still could look to Horford. He's been playing a little bit better recently. You have Kuminga at 49, Hunter at 48. Hunter's been playing a lot better and playing more minutes because they are short on bodies. So he's definitely a reasonable play, sub $5,000. And you have more value with like Okiki if he continues to start. It looks like they're going to get their center back, Wendell Carter, so that's going to make it a little bit tougher to trust. You probably want to wait for the starting lineup to come out before you plug in a guy like Okiki, but I think he still is a reasonable option. But the guy that I have my eye on is in the mid-range at this position. He's only 63, had a great game last time out at low ownership, and that's Jaren Jackson. Missing a couple of their higher usage guys like Desmond Bane and Brooks has led to Jackson taking more shots and getting more usage. Continues to be a monster on the blocks. Another 4-block game for him. He's had 9 blocks in the last 2 games, even though dealing with some foul trouble against Milwaukee, but still, they gave up a lot of threes. Got to the free throw line 10 times. Put up 49. His price tag has also come down for some reason. I love Jaren Jackson once again today. At center, definitely look to Jokic if you wanted to. He's 12-6, but nobody else gives you as much upside as he does. Crazy game for him last time out. He was great for us on FanDuel. Other plays, I like Jokic more than Giannis today, but both guys are playable, and then Embiid is probably behind those 2 guys at the top. But you have a number of guys that you can go with as a value play at center or in the mid-range. Like first guy would be Bam Adebayo at only 75. He's going to get more usage without Lowry and Hero. His minutes have come back up after returning. He's played 32 minutes in each game since he's been back, which is surprising because he missed over a month and a half. But he looks great. He had 8 stocks last game against Portland. It's a good matchup against Atlanta. Should be a high-scoring game. Adebayo gives you chances for double-doubles, and definitely think he can get one tonight. And then last guy I'm going to plug in, guy that started in place of Desmond Bane last time out was John Conchar. Probably play him at small forward. I think you have some better value at the guard position, but either way, he's probably going to play 30 minutes or more today just with them missing some bodies. Has shown you some upside with like a 17 rebound game out of nowhere against Minnesota, but maybe you can fill up a stat sheet a little bit. At only 43, given how short they are on some bodies, I think he makes some sense. He's been shooting the 3 well this year, and maybe he's going to get you more minutes than Melton. I think you can play both of them if you wanted to, but I'd probably have Conchar a little bit higher now that he's starting and probably play more minutes. But that's about it for the DraftKings side. Once again, look at the Utah side with them missing Donovan Mitchell. It's a good matchup against Detroit. I like the Miami side with them missing some bodies. Memphis looks appealing, and then Toronto, just because they play their starters like 42 minutes a game. Van Fleet, Siakam, Anunoby, they all look good. So let's go over to FanDuel now. So on FanDuel, you have so many good cheap plays. At the point guard position, I like Trae Young at 10K. Murray's been balling out. At his price tag, definitely you can look to John Morant. In the 9K range, 8K range, I like Van Fleet still. Just way too cheap on both sites. 82 for the fact that he plays north of 40 minutes. Can't really say the same thing about anybody in his range. Russell Westbrook's down to just 72 on FanDuel, but they benched him last game at the end. So there's no telling how many minutes he's going to play. It's just depending on if he's playing well, he's going to get the minutes. If he's not playing well and the game's close, he's going to be sitting on the bench, which will be fun to see how that boils over. But you have Cole Anthony is only 65 at the point guard position. Kobe White is cheap. You have a bunch of guys in the 5K range like Maxey, definitely Conley, Clarkson at their price tags. Cade is just 52. He's been struggling recently, but that price tag is insane for how cheap it is. Even like Vincent, you can make some arguments for him, but just so many guys that are in the 5K range and 6K range that look appealing. But I'm going to start with Fred VanVleet. And then at shooting guard, like Harden at 10.5, you can play him at shooting guard or small forward, so easier to fit him in. He looks a little bit better than Murray to me. I'm not really looking to Beal at 9K. SGA looks fine, but there's some other plays like you can get Butler for cheaper. You can go to DeRozan at only 84. With them missing Stoll, Levine, and Ball for an extended period of time. The value range, you have a couple of guys in the 6K range like Cole Anthony, Kobe White are the top two. Giddey, Dosunmu look good at their price tags. And even like Clarkson at only 56 looks appealing. So you just have a number of great plays. You want it to go even cheaper than that. You have Cade at 52. And then all the way down at 37 is where Joe Ingles comes in. Just really cheap. He's going to play 30-plus minutes, so he does give you upside. Even with there being so many good value plays, I still like Ingles' chances to maybe get you close to 30 fantasy points. Small forward, Giannis looks slightly better than LeBron to me. Butler looks good at 88 just to go with a mid-range option. I like DeRozan at his price tag, also affordable. I like Anunoby at 63, just cheap, especially if Gary Trent continues to miss games. If Morris does play, he's only 58, and somebody's going to have to score on this Clippers team. It's been Morris, the games that he has played, so he would look appealing. Coffee would look good otherwise. You have Hunter at 58, continues to play a lot of minutes, and you have Scotty Barnes continues to be cheap at 55. You just have so many guys right now. We'll probably get more news throughout the day that'll make it a little bit easier to kind of pick and choose and navigate these positions, but for now, I like a couple of guys in the 8K range. I'm going to go with Butler at 88. I think he's going to bounce back, and hopefully some people jump off of him because of what he did to them last time out. At power forward, like Giannis, I'm not going to probably pay 94 for Tatum. I think Siakam still looks appealing, but 10K is a pretty high price tag. I like Jaren Jackson. He looks better on DraftKings, but playable on FanDuel. Just with all the block upside that he gives you, just gives you 60-point ceilings. Because he does give you like 5 to 7 block upside on his best nights. But it's going to be Bam Adebayo at 77. Just you're getting a center that you can play at power forward, a guy that can get you like 50-plus fantasy points today with them missing some guys. Morris looks good at 58. Scotty Barnes at his price tag would be a couple of cheaper guys that I look to. And if Precious Achiuwa starts again at 45, you can make a case to get to him. At center, like Jokic at 11.9, I mean, how can he not? Continues to play well. Now he's going to be going up against Steven Adams. So, Adams, a little bit tougher guy to go up against, but Jokic is a matchup nightmare for every single guy on the league. And you do have some other guys that you can look to, like Christian Wood at 78, going up against Golden State. I think he can have success in that matchup. You do have Mo Bamba is like 55 coming off of his best game of his life. Okongwu, you would have to wait and see if Capella plays or not before you look to him. You could look to Steven Adams. He's going to play a lot of minutes today going up against Jokic. But for right now, going to plug in Jaren Jackson. He's risky with the fouls that he gives you, but I just love the more usage that he's getting without Desmond Bane, Dylan Brooks, and the blocks have been there. And he's going to probably take like 15 to 20 shots like he did last time out. He took 20 shots. So he does give you a lot of upside. I'm going to plug him in. Feel pretty good about it. You can play him at power forward if you wanted to as well. But still easy with almost 6K left plugging in these guys. And you got a bunch of superstars with Bam, Butler. Jackson gives you superstar ceiling, VanVleet. So that's about it for the video. Thank you for watching. Best of luck tonight. I'll probably have an NFL video out maybe today or tomorrow for each of the days, starting with tomorrow's slate. But best of luck tonight, and I'll see you all next time.